From a show that really no one was asking for. I hope this is just a rumor, but given that it's Disney, that pushes it more into the realm of reality. But rumor, Malcolm in the Middle revival to feature a non-binary character. Because, current day. Because this is what the modern audience wants, apparently. A new rumor alleges that the Walt Disney Company's revival of Malcolm in the Middle, which was a great show back in the day, will also feature a so-called non-binary character. Has Dewey finally come around and embraced his individuality and become non-binary? What? How old is he now? I mean, clearly he's older. So hang on. Here he is. Here's Dewey. Here's Dewey when he was in Malcolm in the Middle. And here's him now, apparently. 33 years old he is. Yep. Come on. Oh my God, whatever. But yeah, Dewey. So I don't think it'll be Dewey because Dewey's a little too. I mean, who knows? It could be. I don't know. It was reported back in December by Joe Otterson at Variety that Disney ordered a revival of the series, which no one asks for. He also revealed that the revival would be 4 episodes. An official log line for the miniseries stated Malcolm and his daughters are drawn into the family's chaos when Hal and Lois demand his presence for their 40th wedding anniversary. It's nice to know Heisenberg is still alive. He just went back to live with his other family. Now, according to Scooper John Daniel Rickman, a report by Jeremy Dick at CBR, the youngest child of Lois and Heisenberg is a 16-year-old non-binary kid. Which, again, why? It's Disney, but I guess people would say, oh, well, it would fit perfectly with their lifestyle or their family and their awkwardness and, they're the freedom of expression in their house and this and that. If this rumor turns out to be true, it shows that the Walt Disney Company, its employees, and creatives are still committed to pushing woke ideology despite recent moves indicating that they were retreating from such propaganda that is contrary to nature and the fact that the sexed body reveals God's. That's going to. I'm not religious, so I'm not going to bother. Last week, Axios' Sarah Fisher reported on email from Disney's Sonia Coleman, the chief human resources officer, that detailed not only was the Reimagine Tomorrow program and website was not only was being shut down, but the company was adjusting its trigger warnings in front of its movies on its streaming services, Disney Plus, and it had been had rebranded various employee resource groups to replace its diversity inclusion performance factor for employees to a new talent strategy factor. Also noted that Disney has specifically cast a so-called transgender child using the name Chanel Stewart to play the so-called transgender child character in the show. Pixar was looking for an authentic 14 years old transgender girl to voice a transgender teenager in a new animated series. Stewart informed Rice, I was exactly what they wanted to achieve. And that's why it felt so right. It just felt so right. I immediately asked my mom if I could do it, because I just felt like if I don't do this, it wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? I wore it as a badge. I wore it with pride. I wore it with honor because it meant so much to me. The thought of authentically portraying a transgender teenage girl Not gonna say anything. I wanted to make this for transgender kids like me. Gross. Yeah, like this is again, this is something that no one was asking for. You know, especially in modern day, we know what a modern retake, reboot, or whatever, a revival, even if it's 4 episodes long, we know what this entails. Especially with Disney. Disney does not exactly have a great track record up to this point. They've basically the opposite of the Midas touch. Instead of the Midas touch, everything turning to gold, everything Disney's touching, whether it just be Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, everything they're touching is turning to shit. Everything woke turns to shit. So Disney, not exactly with the best reputation right now for remakes and revivals. So this is something, again, people weren't asking for. I mean, if it was done by the right person, I mean, I still don't want to see it. But if it was done by someone who wasn't Disney, maybe it could work. Keep the show for what it is. To see these characters play, or these people play these characters again. It's nice that he's going to spend time with his second family. That was one of the theories with Breaking Bad, was that it was actually Hal the whole time, and that Skyler and Walt Jr. were like his side family, and this he's kind of going between families. One of them, I think one of them was actually fed into by. Hang on, let me find it. Okay, so this kind of fed into the whole idea, kind of where people were like, okay, it's kind of confirmed that Heisenberg and Hal are the same person. But but yeah, that's where the theory with I was saying with Hal being it's nice Heisenberg gets to see his other family. This is where it's from. Well, not this, but it was theory for ages. A film theory and cut. No, but yeah, Malcolm in the Middle. I mean, it was a great show, but I don't think anyone wants a revival. No one wants a reboot. No one, and especially with Disney's nasty, tainted hands all over everything, they don't care anymore. They don't care. As long as it's a mode to, a media to push their agenda, they don't care at all. So if they want to bring back Malcolm in the Middle and push as much crap into 4 episodes as possible, I don't put it past them. Again, everything they touched, Star Wars, Marvel, their own properties, have been shit for what, the last 5 years, almost a decade now? So, people have a reason to be skeptical about it. People have a reason to, even if say, just take out the non-binary part, say the character doesn't even exist. It doesn't matter. It's still like nobody was asking for this. There are just some shows that are just great enough to where you just don't want them. It ended on even if it didn't end on such a great note, it's like, well, it leaves more up to the imagination of the viewer. So, but yeah, Malcolm in the Middle, apparently a revival of it. Non-binary character, because of course, modern day. But even if without the non-binary, again, no one was really asking for this. No one was asking for it. I didn't see anyone like, hey, you know what we need? A Malcolm in the Middle revival. So, but anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.